Hi friends, welcome back to the Share Report. To all those who are returning, thank you so much. And for the new subscribers, welcome. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and have others subscribe as well. Share this channel. So I wanted to talk about the word conspiracy and conspiracy theory. So basically, conspiracy is a scheme between two or more people to commit an illegal crime. Hence, a conspiracy is to commit. So people are conspiring to do something that may be illegal. All right. The theory is that it's not true, or it's just a theory. We're not sure. It's unsure if it's true or not. So that's what conspiracy theory means. The whole word was sort of invented. It's been around for a while, but the whole terminology was invented by the CIA in 1976 during the Warren Commission with JFK's assassination. That'll be a different video for a different time. But I mostly wanted to talk about the conspiracy side of things, because there are a lot of people who are saying, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, or I don't believe in conspiracies. So the whole fact that the word conspiracy is around is that people are conspiring to do something. Like I said, something illegal or wrong. The theory portion is to make people seem like they're crazy or to gaslight you. Okay? So I'm going to go back to the story of Georgia Tann. So some of you may not know who Georgia Tann is. Georgia Tann she was born in 1890s, somewhere around that time, and she died in 1950. And she is one of the largest child traffickers in pretty much modern history. She started it in the 20s and ended in 1950, where she died of female-related cancer. But she ran that whole child trafficking scheme for almost 30 years. And how it happened was, so she worked undercover. She had a home. I'm going to be sure to share some photos and everything that you can see for yourself. The house, this was in Memphis, Tennessee, so you can see the house that these children were trafficked in, and this organization, and the children as well. But she started to steal beautiful children, whether they were in churches, playing on the playground, even in hospital rooms, like take the children from the parents and then tell the parents that, oh, your baby died. So, but there would be no evidence, because she like, oh, you can't see the baby, it's just too horrific. And then she would supposedly hold these funerals for these children, but the parents wouldn't, see the child afterwards. But what she was really doing was stealing the children and selling them for thousands of dollars. She would sell them to people who were actors. So she was making money off of stealing children. And the terminology that I read about it is that her co-conspirators were people who you would trust, like, for instance, social workers, police officers, other nurses, and judges. So she got all these co-conspirators, her whole network, to be able to take these children and sell them and traffic them. Some of the children that were beautiful were sold, like I said, and then some children died under extremely terrible conditions. They were abused, neglected, which is so sad. But there was a law passed. She had a judge pass a law where our politicians passed a law where once these children were taken, once the adopted families took these children, that the biological parents couldn't get them or trace them back. And they use this whole terminology of, just to protect the children so they're going to be safe with their new adoptive parents, because their other parents, gave them up for adoption. So we're just protecting the children under the guise of this new law. But really, it was that she wouldn't be traced back to her crime. So all of this happened so these children would be traced back to being stolen because they're really living. Hopefully that makes sense. So she had nurses in on it, like I said, judges, and there was actually one social worker that was getting a little bit suspicious, like, we're Memphis, Tennessee. This isn't like it's New York, where, it's a large city and everything. How come we have the highest death rate of children, that are dying in these hospitals? So she started digging and finding this evidence that Georgia Tann was actually stealing children and selling them for a profit. And all the co-conspirators, remember, conspiracy, all these people were involved, these people that were in authority, judges, nurses, social workers, police officers who would help do her dirty work, they were all involved, and they were getting kickbacks to help Georgia Tann traffic these little children. So the whole reason I'm telling you this is because that's not like that was in the 1700s. That was actually the 1920s, during the Depression, all the way to the 1950s. My grandparents were alive during that time. Okay, so that's not like that's a long time ago. So when people say, oh, I don't believe in conspiracy theories, so I'm pretty sure during that whole time when people were suspicious, that nurse or that social worker who was starting to get suspicious and she was starting to tell people, hey, something weird is going on, I'm pretty sure they're like, don't be a conspiracy theorist, there's something going on. And I'm pretty sure during that time people were like, oh, I don't think they're doing good, they're passing laws, which is another thing. If people pass laws, that doesn't mean that it should be legal or that it's right just because a law is passed. So I just want you to think the next time someone says that you're a conspiracy theorist or that's a conspiracy, just remember a lot of conspiracies have actually happened to be true. And they're really trying to gaslight you and make you seem like you're crazy for being suspicious for something that may be accurate. So stay tuned. I have another video coming up talking a little more about, conspiracies and different laws that have been passed. But I just wanted to share that with you. And really, really interesting. You should look that up for yourself about Georgia Tann. But I wanted to share that with you because, like I said, that's pretty much modern to our time. Like I said, it's not from the 1700s. It's 1920. She died in 1950. By the time they were going to bring her to justice, she died of, like I said, female cancer. So she never was brought to justice, unless you think her death from female cancer is justice, which definitely could be. But I just wanted to share that with you. Like I said, I love history and sharing stuff like that. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, and thanks for joining, and I'll see you all in the next video.